Factory new AK Wild Lotus, $13,000. Souvenir Factory new Gold Arabesque, $5,000. StatTrak Factory new Fire Serpent, also around $5,000. Of course, guys, these are the creme de la creme of AK skins, and you don't need to be spending anywhere near this if you're on a budget. Oh, and shout out to Green Pig for this video suggestion, and because of it, I'll send over this AK-47 Legion of Anubis. I really appreciate it, bro. Remember, guys, I'm always looking for cool new ideas, so make sure to let me know your ideas down in the comments, and who knows, you might win a skin because of it.
But I'd like to thank today's sponsor, which is D-Market. They are an all-in-one marketplace where you can buy, sell, and trade your CS2 skins easily for real money. So for example, let's say you wanted a Minwear AK Empress. On Steam, these go for around $80 cheapest, whereas over on D-Market, you can get one for just $57.50, saving you an insane 30%. There are also a load of filters, so if you wanted any specific sticker combo or anything else, you can do so easily. And I should also mention, D-Market have a ton of skins up for sale, so no matter what you're looking for, they'll have it at an insane discount. Or if you just wanted to get a skin at the cheapest price possible over all global markets, there's actually a filter for this, meaning you're getting the best price possible worldwide. There's also a limited time offer where D-Market are offering a crazy 2% selling fee on high demand items compared to Steam's 15% fee, netting you a bunch more after selling or trading your skins. So if you want to try them out and save a load of money, please use the link at the top of the description. And now let's get back into the video.
But yeah, guys, today let's go over the best value for money AK-47 skins and rank them all. If you enjoy these videos, be sure to drop a like, make sure you're subscribed, and don't forget to hit that notification bell, as 92% of you lot aren't subscribed, which is kind of crazy, and only around 8% of you that are subbed have noties on. And if you guys didn't know, we recently hit 15,000 subs, and the new goal, of course, is 20,000. So yeah, doing any of the above would help a absolute ton. But enough yapping, let's get onto the list. Starting off, guys, we have the AK-47 Hydroponic, which I am not a fan of, guys. I think this skin is glazed to the max, and honestly I think the main reason why I don't like it is just the fact that the wood is showing. Like, if the wood was kind of blacked out wood and maybe the green part of the skin was just a different shade of green, I think this looks really good. But I don't know, I just don't think it's that amazing. I think people just overrate it because of the fact that it's haha funny weed skin. And yeah, if you guys didn't know, this is crazy expensive, so I'm gonna be honest, this is like low C, if not D. I'm putting it in D, guys. I think value for money wise, it's terrible. I think even if you have like unlimited money, I still wouldn't rate it massively. It's going D tier, and that's gonna piss off a lot of people. But next, guys, we have the AK-47 Cartel, which looks absolutely stunning, in my opinion, on CS2. Like, the detail on this skin just looks crazy. I mean, on CSGO, I wasn't a huge fan of this, but, I mean, just look at it, guys. It's so beautiful. Not only that, guys, but it is super, super cheap over on third-party marketplaces, such as D-Market. Shout out to them. So, yeah, for that reason, it's going to be S tier, guys. I mean, it's kind of crazy. Maybe it's A tier. Maybe it's low S, high A. Okay, yeah. We'll put high A, but it might go up to low S, guys. I think it looks sick in CS2. But next up, we have the AK Sarden, which, honestly, guys, I'm gonna be real, I actually don't think this skin is that great, at least for the price. Obviously, it's really cool how you can have all the different effects and like all the different patterns, and you can get one that's more blue or more gold. But honestly, for the price now, considering like how expensive this has become, I even thought back in the day it wasn't like great value for money, but now, because of how popular blue gems are and then how popular Sardens have got, like, this just isn't a good value for money. Now, it is quite a bit cheaper than the Hydroponic, so I'll put it in like C tier. It's like bottom C. It's just way too expensive in my opinion nowadays. But next, guys, we have the AK-47 Phantom Disruptor, and quite a few of you guys in my recent top 10 cheapest video for AK-47s, you guys didn't really like this. I mean, I don't know, there was a lot of haters on this, but I actually think the design's pretty good. Maybe it's the color scheme that people don't like, but it's still super budget. And so for that reason, I think, like, honestly, this is at least like top of B. It's really good value for money. But guys, honestly, the best value for money AK, I think, arguably could be this AK, the AK-47 Neon Revolution. Like, look how much it pops. It's super, super cheap, even in like a low float field tested. And yeah, I just think it's an absolute banger. So this will actually be first S tier skin. Next up, guys, we have the AK-47 Legion of Anubis, which I think is insane on CS2. Super nice and bright, super gold and shiny, super detailed, and yeah, just overall looks incredible. I think this has to be like either bottom A or somewhere in S tier. I think it's a very good budget budget gold AK, considering the price of some other gold AKs. So actually, I'm going to put it low S for now. Next, though, we have the AK47 Azimov, and I absolutely love the Azimov line of skins. However, on the AK, it is a slight bit expensive. I mean, to be fair, quite a few of the Azimovs are expensive, but looks-wise, it's incredible. I just think value-wise, because it is expensive, it kind of knocks it down. I would probably say, like, I'd happily put it, like, top of B. If it was a bit cheaper, it would definitely go in A. If it was, like, way cheaper, it'd be S tier. I love the skin, but yeah, it's just solid. Next, we have the AK Uncharted, and I don't care how cheap this is, guys. It's going in D tier. Now, guys, we have the AK-47 Redline, and this was an OG banger. And back in the days, this was much better value for money, but because it is a slightly older skin, it is a bit more expensive now. I still think it's not too crazy out of people's budgets, but yeah, just what a good looking skin, guys. The carbon fiber, the red and the black, it's just such a banger skin. But because of some newer skins, which we'll get onto, I'm gonna have to rate this a bit lower. Also, the fact that you kind of have to, like, I would say this is a low B just because of how expensive it is, just because of also the fact that you need to get like super low float field test or minware one, which is a lot more expensive if you want it to be clean. Next, guys, we have the AK-47 Ice Cold, which honestly, I know a lot of people hate on this for being a Valorant skin, and I do understand the hate. I don't know, for the value, like, it's a pink skin, it's pretty cheap, and yeah, just overall, it's pretty decent. To be fair, guys, because of the price, I'd probably put this in like lower A. It's not one of my favorite skins, but you just can't knock such a good value for money skin. Next, guys, we have the AK-47 Aquamarine Revenge, which is one of my favorite AKs, guys. I think it looks absolutely incredible. However, it is very old, and because of that, the price is a bit more expensive than other skins. I'd probably put it in the same kind of boat as the Azimov. Maybe put it just after because it is a bit more expensive. So yeah, somewhere in B. I think it's solid. It is a bit pricey. I mean, it's worth it, guys. I think a low float field tested one, it's worth it because of how good the skin looks. Next, guys, we have the AK-47 Elite build, which is a super budget AK skin. And yeah, because of that, I'm going to put it like bottom A. And actually, I'm going to swap the Phantom Disruptor to top B just because of how cheap it is. Now let's do some quick fire rounds. The AK Nightwish, absolute bang up. I think this is S tier value for money. The AK-47 Point disarray, it's okay. I'm not a huge fan of the design. I'll put it at like mid B-ish. The AK Vulcan is incredible. One of my favorite skins. However, it is hella expensive. You can save a bit by getting it field tested. I mean, it's kind of hard to put this any higher than like bottom of B just because it is so expensive. I feel bad putting in C tier because I don't think it's the same. I think it's a lot better than the case hardened, but it probably has to go like bottom of B just because even in field tested, it's still crazy expensive. The AK frontside Misty, super nice, super bright, cool design, relatively budget. I would say this is like top of A. The AK47 Headshot, nice design, cool little effect when you move the skin around or reload it. Obviously, it doesn't happen when you just look around normally. But yep, I think this deserves like near the top of A for value for money. Now, guys, we have the AK Wild Lotus, one of my favorite AKs. And I mean, guys, this is painful, but I'm gonna have to put it in like D tier. I mean, hey, the Uncharted, that's just trash, guys. I'm sorry. This is just not worth any money. But the Wild Lotus, like, there's just no way it can not be in D tier when a FAQ new one costs $13,000. Yes, you could get like a well-worn one and save quite a bit of money, but it's still thousands and thousands of dollars, which, I mean, is any skin really worth that? Even if it does look insane, probably not, unless you're like an oil baron. Next, the AK Panthera Onka. What a beautiful, beautiful skin. However, the price is kind of expensive, so I'd probably put this like top of C tier, but it is actually a really good skin. Next, we have the AK-47 Neon Rider, which I think is an incredible skin. Super nice, super vibrant, really cool design. I'd honestly put this in S tier. I think it's one of the best value for money AKs. Yes, it is a bit more like pricey than some of the other like far more budget options, but it's so good. And on marketplaces such as like D-Market, you can get one for just over $40. So we're not pushing the $50 or close to $100 range when it comes for the cost of the skin. And yeah, I just know, maybe I'm biased, I just really like it. We now move on to the AK XRay, which I actually don't think is a bad skin, but the price tag is crazy. So for that reason, it's got to go next to the Wild Lotus. We now move on to a pretty controversial skin, being the AK Fire Serpent. You either love it or you hate it. I have always liked Fire Serpent, but a lot of people just don't really like the design and the colors and think it's just kind of overhyped because of how expensive it was. Now, we mentioned it at the start of the video, and in StatTrack Finder, it's crazy expensive. In just regular field tested, it is quite a bit cheaper, but I still think it has to go in like D tier for around like $800, even on third-party sites. Like, it's just expensive for what it is, but it's probably the best out of these like crazy expensive skins. Next, we have the AK-47 First Class. Honestly, this is such a boring skin. Even in field tested, it's kind of expensive, but it is like way cheaper than a lot of these other skins. So I'll put it like bottom of C tier. Next, we have the AK-47 Jaguar, which is such a cool, iconic skin. And actually, in field tested, it's not actually too expensive. It's still like just breaking the $50 mark. So it's definitely not like S or A tier. I'd argue it's like bottom of B near the Vulcan, probably around there. Next, we have the AK-47 Emerald Pinstripe, which is kind of a clean skin, but very boring in my opinion. It is super budget, however, but compared to all these other B tier skins, like I'll put it like bottom of B just because it's a good value. Maybe I'm kind of being a bit unfair. Maybe it should go like higher up in B because it is just so cheap. So actually, yeah, I will buff it a bit. Now we have the AK-47 Wasteland Rebel, which is such a cool skin. However, it is old. It is kind of expensive, but if you want to get it in like a decent field tested, and to be fair, because of like the nature of the skin, I actually don't think it matters if you get it in a worse wear. I'd honestly be happy to put this in like S tier, around there. Like honestly, Legion of Anubis, it kind of just depends if you like gold or not. But yeah, somewhere like that, it's actually like, yes, it is a bit more on the pricey side, but when we're talking value for money, I think it's one of the best. Next, we have the AK Jet Set. Hell nah, guys. I just think people glaze this skin. It's just another old skin which you never see. People just think that, oh yeah, I like it, so I'm cool. And it's just like, come on, man. Like, it's a cool idea, but especially now, like with the new sticker update, like, bro, you can low-key just make one of these on a default AK. But yeah, just considering how expensive these are, like, this is definitely like bottom of C, if not like D tier, but all of the D tiers are pretty much crazy expensive. This is still very expensive, but yeah, bottom C, it's just not that great. Next, guys, we have the AK-47 Elite Museo. And if you like this style, then fair play. It is kind of cool, but I don't know, I just don't really like the matching of colors. But this is a very kind of like personal preference based skin, I believe. Now, is it a good value for money? I would argue yes, and probably put it like bottom of A. Like, it's actually pretty cheap, and if you like that design, then yeah, go for it. Next up, guys, we have the AK-47 Bloodsport, which is such a clean skin. However, the price tag is kind of a bit high, so for that reason, I'm going to put it next to the Vulcan. I think these are very similar, but it is slightly cheaper, so it's a bit better value for money. Next, guys, we have the AK-47 Empress, which is so nice. Look at this shine, guys, on CS2. Oh my gosh. The gold, the like dark, almost like navy bluish, the red, like it's such a good skin. And in field tested or well worn, yeah, you can get one of these for a pretty good price. So honestly, I'm gonna put this, like, this would be top of S, but the Neon Revolution is quite a bit cheaper. So I still think the Neon Revolution, value for money wise, it's probably the best skin. The Empress is up there, guys. It's such a good skin. However, what isn't up there, guys, is the AK Gold Arabesque, because I mean, I love it, guys. It's such a good skin, but the price tag is just absolutely disgusting. Now, this might be a bit of a controversial take, but I'm going to put it like still top of D tier, because I think value for money, what you're getting compared to like Fire Serpent or a Hydroponic, I still think the value is better. It's definitely better than an X-Ray, and then yeah, the Wildlife is just way too expensive. So I think it is probably the best value for money skin, but it is still just thousands of dollars. So yeah, even if you get it in like well worn or battle scarred, you're still going to pay like around $1.5 grand. So yeah, it's pretty spenny. Next, guys, we have the AK Rat Rod, which I mean, it's definitely, it matches the theme it's going for. It's pretty cheap as well. I don't know, I feel like it's kind of like in the same boat as the Phantom Disruptor. So maybe we'll put this like bottom of A, and maybe we'll move this up the bottom of A just to kind of level it out a bit more. Next up, guys, we have the AK-47 Slate, which is such a good value for money, and I'm actually going to give it some bonus points, which I don't normally do, but just the fact that you can craft anything on this and it can just look good because it's just a black slate sticker crafts is just such a bonus. Now, I kind of want to put this like second because it is so cheap, and like the Empress, the Neon Rider, the Wasteland Rebel, like these are all kind of expensive. I kind of want to put it here just because it is that much cheaper. So you know what? I want to put it in second place because yeah, it's just, if you want to craft and you want to have like a unique AK that doesn't have to be pattern based, just get a slate and do a cool craft and boom, you've got a unique skin. Next, guys, we have the AK-47 Steel Delta, which is kind of cool. It's a bit like the Cartel in the sense that it's nice and detailed, but I don't think the design is as good. It does look kind of good in like battle scarred, so I'm going to put it like bottom of A tier. Next, guys, we have the AK-47 Fuel Injector, which I think is a absolute banger skin. However, it's kind of expensive now, so because of that reason, it's giving me like Bloodsport and Vulcan vibes. Yeah, I'll just put it there, but it's just a bit too expensive nowadays. We now move on to the Orbit Mark 1, which It's a good value. Do I really think design is that great? Not really. So yeah, guys, I think this has to go like mid-ish B. And just to be fair, guys, because of how expensive these skins are, I'm just going to move them down to C tier. I don't want to do this. Like, they're really incredible skins. I love Vulcan. I love Fuel Inject and the Bloods. They're all really good, but they're just like 3 times as expensive, 4 times as expensive as some of these even more expensive skins in B tier, and they're just way more expensive than others. Yeah, I honestly think the value's not bad, but if you're clearly just looking at like value for money, some of these A tier or S tier skins are just way cheaper or can be got for way cheaper, and they're kind of giving you the same kind of like cool look. But yeah, that pains me to do. I'm sorry, guys. Now for the blue laminate. I'll put it like bottom B. I really could rate this lower, but it is cheap. Now the black laminate, that's even more expensive, so I'd honestly put this like mid C-ish. Now the green laminate is kind of similar to the blue laminate, maybe a tad bit more expensive, but yeah, again, I think it's like lower B. But guys, the red laminate, it is the most expensive out of the lot. And I mean, yes, it's kind of cool because it's got red on. If you like the color red, sure. But no, I'd have to put this like just under the black lam because it's just too expensive. Now, even though I am someone who likes the color orange, what the hell is the AK-47 safety net? Its design looks pants, and for that reason it's going there. Just I wouldn't recommend anyone buys this ever. Next is the AK-47 Baroque Purple, which has a nice clean cool design, but I don't know how I feel about it. So yeah, I'm probably gonna have to put it like bottom of B tier. Honestly, I think some of these skins I would want to rate lower, but kind of just can't ignore the fact that they are like a good value for money, so that's why they're rated a bit higher. But honestly, I probably would never use it. Now guys, for the Safari mesh, you can argue it's kind of clean, but I don't know, guys. It's a bit like just basic. It's also like literally pennies, so technically I think it should get higher ratings, and I'll put it like bottom of A, guys. That's insane. I never thought I'd put a Safari mesh in A or above, but you just can't argue. It's literally dirt cheap. Next, guys, we have the AK-47 Jungle Spray, which I just don't like this skin, guys. Yes, it is kind of budget, but there's no way it's going any higher than bottom of B. And now, guys, we have the AK-47 Predator, which is another skin which I really don't like the look of, and this one's actually a bit more expensive. So honestly, I'm putting this like bottom of C. This could actually almost be what like one of these skins. It's like bottom of D. Yeah, I actually just wouldn't recommend anyone buys it. But guys, to finish off the list, we have probably my favorite AK skin. This looks incredible. It is the AK-47 Inheritance. Just look at the detail on the skin. It's insane. However, guys, even in field tested, kind of an expensive skin. So I'm kind of struggling with where I would put it, but just because it is such a good skin, I'm gonna have to put it like middle of B. But guys, yeah, that is my list for the best value for money AKs. Let me know what you thought down in the comments down below and what you would change. And if you want to watch some more CS2 videos, click one of the videos on your screen right now.